So yesterday I did this video. Spoke about Thomas, the emails that he sent me the other day. And so I did this video. This was yesterday. Immediately after posting that video, Thomas sent me this. So this sewer town, they'll spend hour upon hour upon hour doing nothing but trashing me. But Thomas will say that they're blowing smoke up my ass. But all they do is trash me. He doesn't bring up Craig Sawyer or Lucien Greaves because he doesn't want people to think that he's connected to them. But he is connected to them. Issac Kappy was connected to Craig Sawyer. But he doesn't want to deal with these people now because yesterday I spoke about that homeless encampment where all of that weird child trafficking stuff was going on. And that's why Craig Sawyer and that open secret dude all came to the forefront, because they were going to expose this child trafficking. But I bet the majority of people here have never even heard about that homeless encampment. That's what they do. They inundate all of this crap with bullshit, and then nobody goes and looks at anything. He will say that his mother fought Nazis in Denmark. Well, that's great for your mother, dude, but you are a fucking Nazi. And I believe you're behind this child trafficking. And what really concerns me is, yes, he has talked to my sheriff over and over and over. He is working directly in connection with my sheriff, Neil Gross. He's working directly because he doesn't want any of this to be investigated. And different outfits. I wear a fucking bow tie. Thomas is supposed to be this huge, famous music composer. He's never seen anybody in a fucking bow tie before? How does that fucking work? And although Thomas only sent me the email, like I do every fucking time, I sent it to my police, and the police in town, and the law investigators, and the people that are in charge of everything going on in Harlan, along with my whole long list of investigators. And this is what I wrote. Because the dude will go from trying to blow sunshine up my ass to shut me up, to fucking blatantly attacking me. So I have a few questions from yesterday's email. Now that he admits that he's talking to my police, is Neil the one who told Thomas that I was this lifelong psychotic pedophile who has a long history of hurting kids, even though I've never spent a night in jail? I know that it's Neil telling him that I am a paranoid schizophrenic because Captain Underpants did a video showing where they called him repeatedly and then said, my sheriff's office told him that I was a paranoid schizophrenic. That's how I know my sheriff's involved with this. He's helping them. So when Captain Underpants and the Goblin Dad were sending me pictures of my house and places in town, saying that they were in Harlan, at the very time my best friend drops over and perishes, did my sheriff know they were in Harlan? Was my sheriff actively helping them? I want to know. I think it's a valid fucking question. It's not like I don't have Derek Yamada, who was chief of police at the time, sitting in my living room being recorded for an hour and a half while I bitched about the fucking people next door. And all the shit that dude told me that was all bullshit. And then, right after that, his deputy comes to my door trying to get me connected to the very people I'm bitching with. That's recorded. And I have that video. And then, the very fucking people, the individual that I was bitching about, key person, fucking shows up at my door demanding that I call them, gave me their phone number 4 times, and I have that on video. Had I called them, they would have said I was harassing them, and they would have got a protection order out on them. I've played this game before. I have all of this shit on video. I don't release it because I know they would try and get me in trouble for it. But the minute it becomes an issue, I'll be able to produce it. The minute it becomes an issue. Because my town wants to close down. They want to protect the sheriff, even though everyone says that he's running a fucking meth operation. But you can't go after Neil because he comes from a very prestigious family that is very wealthy and very connected here in town. And they're all involved. Well, how do you think they made their fucking money? But Thomas will defend them. My sheriff is working with people that are involved with fucking child trafficking. But he's okay. And I'm the bad dude. But you can look up the shit that I say and see it. The shit that he says, the shit that they all say, you know? And Thomas can say whatever he wants. But that Andy Villa person, all of my investigators and the police have all of his emails. The last one I got, he told me flat out, I'm going to kill your dogs, to threaten me to shut me up. So I stopped talking about Thomas. Thomas is involved with child trafficking. Craig Sawyer is involved with child trafficking. Lucien Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, is also involved with child trafficking. If we're gonna bust the black people like P. Diddy, then we might as well get the white people too. You know? And that's how it feels. I've been at this by myself for years trying to expose this. I'm not a paranoid schizophrenic, which is the reason why they took out Owen. Because Owen was a therapist. Owen would have easily been able to say, no, that's not true. You know? That's why, so when they were laughing, sending me pictures of everyone in town, did my sheriff know they were in town? Did my sheriff know? Because he's obviously working with them. They fucking send emails and do videos all about it. This is the shit I have to deal with. And no, I'm not wearing a bow tie today because I'm going to be doing work around my house. But I'll wear whatever the fuck I want whenever I want. And if you think, Thomas, that wearing a bow tie is wearing a little outfit, obviously you're not the composer, the famous composer that you want everyone to think you are. Your whole life is bullshit. And you and your whole group needs to be investigated. Flat the fuck out. And you can say whatever bullshit you want. But it doesn't make it true. Yeah, most of the people on here will feed right into it because they're fucking addicted to the reality television bullshit. But anybody who has any critical reasoning skills that actually has a heart and actually gives a shit about kids will dig deeper. And you don't even have to dig that deep to see their bullshit. Investigate me. Go right ahead. I'm not fucking hiding anything. If I was trying to hide something, fucking Doug Mesner, Lucien Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, and his group would have found out about it years ago, and it would already be out. But there's nothing there. But the same ain't true for them. The difference is that I'm not a fucking obsessive psychotic who's fucking stalking them. I just do 10-minute videos a day. That's what I do. Them, they have a goddamn army on top of me. And it needs to be investigated. Pull your heads out of your ass, stop being entranced and entertained with the reality television bullshit, and actually do something for your fucking kids. That's what needs to happen.